Why are there not more people talking about the deadliest enemy WWII soldiers faced? One that crept in silently, striking without warning. The cold didn't just bite during World War II. It stalked, hunted and killed long before bullets ever flew. Soldiers on the Eastern Front, in the mountains of Korea and across high-altitude airfields learned quickly that winter was not a backdrop. It was a combatant. Frost could freeze exposed skin in minutes, jam weapons, and turn even the most experienced men into casualties without a single shot fired. And in that fight there was one piece of gear soldiers trusted above nearly all else. Not a thick coat, not a heavy blanket, but a thin, unassuming jacket liner. Veterans swore by it. Engineers understood it. And survivalists today can use the same principles to outperform much of modern cold weather equipment. Before we dive in, if you value practical survival knowledge grounded in history, take a moment to like this video. Share it with someone who appreciates real-world techniques, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Warcraft Survival. Hit that bell so you don't miss any of the historical survival strategies we explore every week. Now, let's get into why this simple insert was a game-changer. The first lesson soldiers learned is that heavy fabrics often fail in extreme cold. Wool, canvas, and thick blankets absorb sweat and trap it against the skin. Once frozen, that trapped moisture draws heat away from the body and drastically increases the risk of hypothermia. Soldiers didn't need coats that soaked up moisture. They needed something that kept moisture out while holding warmth in. The jacket liner achieved this by working against conventional wisdom. Instead of layering thick absorbent fabrics, it relied on thin layers and trapped air to provide insulation. These layers were stitched into channels that prevented shifting and collapsing, keeping warmth consistent. Moisture moved outward before it could freeze, and the air held between the layers acted as the real insulator. This wasn't marketing hype or a gimmick, it was basic physics. Dry air always insulates better than wet fabric. The jacket liner was born in extreme conditions. High-altitude pilots flying unpressurized aircraft faced temperatures far below freezing. Metal controls drained heat instantly, oxygen masks iced over, and every second spent in the cockpit tested endurance. Pilots needed insulation that provided warmth without bulk, allowing movement and preventing fatigue. The liner delivered, and its reputation spread quickly. Ground troops soon acquired the liners through issue, trade, or necessity. From Bastogne to the Eastern Front, soldiers realized that these thin, carefully structured inserts kept them warmer than coats, twice their thickness. They allowed movement, conserved energy, and prevented frostbite. The design reflected principles older than any military doctrine. Cultures that survived harsh winters for centuries understood that insulation was about structure, not thickness. Hides, grasses and feathers were layered to trap air, a principle the World War II liner carried forward in a modern, efficient form. The genius of the liner lay in its simplicity. Multiple thin layers were stitched into vertical diamond or zigzag channels. This stabilized air pockets, preventing collapse when the wearer moved. Sweat escaped before freezing, body heat stayed close to the core, and soldiers retained agility. It was lightweight, flexible, and surprisingly durable. Unlike wool, which degraded quickly when exposed to moisture, the liners endured repeated use, mud, snow, and freezing temperatures. Over time, many of them improved as the layers settled into place, providing consistent insulation through countless missions. The liner also conserved energy, which mattered on every battlefield. Cold forces the body to burn calories rapidly, and every shiver costs strength. Soldiers wearing traditional bulky blankets wasted energy adjusting, managing frozen layers, and, well, fighting off the cold. The liner stayed close to the body, reduced heat loss, and allowed men to march, dig, and fight without wasting energy on survival alone. The principles of this liner remain incredibly relevant. Modern survivalists, campers, hunters, and off-grid homesteaders can replicate its effects with minimal resources. A lightweight cotton shell paired with thin layers of batting, quilt scraps, or even dried plant fibres, stitched into channels, provides insulation far more efficient than a cheap or bulky jacket. Ties, snaps, or simple fasteners can secure the liner under any coat, keeping heat close to the body while allowing moisture to escape. This is history that works today. Unlike some museum artifacts, the liner's design is practical, accessible, and replicable. It shows that survival gear doesn't always have to be high-tech to be effective. By understanding heat, moisture, and trapped air, anyone can build a system that keeps them warmer, lighter, and more agile than conventional heavy clothing or sleeping systems. The World War II jacket liner teaches a timeless lesson. Structure, design, and understanding of natural principles often outperform bulk and modern marketing. The men who survived the cold did so not because of luck, but because of thoughtful engineering and knowledge passed quietly through experience. Today, that knowledge is yours to use. Whether you're a reenactor, a survivalist, or someone exploring off-grid living, replicating these principles can save energy, reduce gear weight, and improve comfort in extreme cold. If you found this guide useful, make sure to subscribe to Warcraft Survival for more insights into forgotten survival techniques. Share this video with a friend who values practical history, and leave a comment with your thoughts or experiences applying these methods. Cold doesn't care about history, but with the right knowledge, you can survive it. Stay updated for more new videos coming soon.